Hello, Roy from Bauer Roofing. This is Joel from JND SEO, and I'm shooting you this video to show you 3 ways that you can improve your website and beat your competition online. Now, I don't want to waste your time, Roy. I don't want to waste mine, so I'm actually going to make this as quick as possible. If at the end of the video you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. We can set up a quick phone call or want to hear more information. If not, no problem. I actually am giving you just a bunch of free information and tips here. And if you have someone that already works on your site, you can actually show them as well. So the 3 things we'll talk about today are content, citations, and backlinks. So we'll start with content, and I'm on your page. Google recommends having about 1,500 words of content per your homepage. The reason they want so much, they know that if you have that much content on your page, you're giving out a lot of information, and that's going to help a lot of people who are searching online. And essentially, you'll be providing education, which is really one of the things that they like sites to kind of provide, because really it helps them out in the end, and that's why. And you guys actually do have a good amount of content here. You probably have maybe a little under 500 or so words. So adding some more would help. The other option would be to add a blog, which also can accomplish the same goal as the content, where you're kind of providing a lot of useful tips, strategies, and people really like those, and Google likes them too because they'll rank them a lot higher. I'm also going to show you Premier Roofing, because if we're talking about trying to climb the rankings and get towards the top, who better to look at than the person who's sitting at the top now for your area? So Premier Roofing, if we look at them, we can see right away, they have a good amount of content here, but they don't have anywhere near the 1,500 to 2,000. So I would say they probably have maybe under 600 words of content there. The other reason, though, it is important to have a lot of content is the more content you have, the more keywords and keyword phrases you can put into that. I've put in Roofing Columbia, South Carolina here just as an example. First thing, this one actually has about 100 people who have searched this every month. And so it brings in a lot of volume, but also it's what new customers would search if they're looking for a provider in the area. First thing they would find would be these ads at the top of the page. And after that, they're going to find this map pack here, also called a GMB or Google My Business. Top 3 companies show up here, and this brings us to our second topic. These are based on citations, and that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number all listed together into a directory site. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, just to name a few. There's a lot of them. The key with those, make sure though that they're related to the field that you do work in, otherwise they won't be as valuable. All right, so for now we have our organic section. You're going to get 10 results here on every page. It's pretty much true of any Google search you do. And these show up in reference to Roofing Columbia SC, and so we can rank the results accordingly. So number 1 for this keyword goes to Premier Roofing. Number 2 is going to go to Crescent Construction, and 3 is going to go to Bergen Roofing. So what I want to do next is I'm going to show you your website, bauerroofs.com, and I'm going to put it into a program called Ahrefs. This just allows me to see how your site is actually currently performing. First thing I notice right away is you've got your headers up here. This is a really good thing. This allows you to be found a little easier by Google, so you've got a keyword up here as well as your name. And then next we'll talk about some of the numbers down here. We're going to jump into our third topic, which is backlinks and referring domains. So right now we can see you've got about 1,500 backlinks and you have about 142 referring domains. All that really means is that referring domains are websites that you have links on. And when people click those links, it's going to redirect them back to your site, bauerroofs.com. The backlinks are the actual links. So you've got 1,500 links on the 142 pages. So you've got a little over about 10 per site there. And so what happens is the more websites that do point back at your page, that's going to increase your trust with Google, which is represented with this UR number, which is the 32 right now, which is pretty good. And the higher this gets, the more you're going to be found in Google searches. So right now you can be found for 29 keywords. These are what really bring the visitors in. Right now, unfortunately, we're seeing that you guys aren't bringing in any visitors, at least on a monthly average, for those keywords. So if you're getting some, you're probably getting them through another way, maybe through the map section. So let's take a look here and kind of see why that is. So the first keyword we see is Metal Roofing, Columbia, South Carolina. This is a good one for new customers who want metal roofs. And 100 people do search it. You guys are in position 20. So we talked about how there's 10 results per page. So if you want to be on that first page, then you have to be in the top 10 results. And so with number 20, we can see you're at the bottom of page 2. And unfortunately, we've actually found that 80 to 85% of people will not go to page 2 on any Google search. And if you think about it, the last time you did one, a Google search, when did you go to page 2? Because chances are you didn't. So we do see though, so what normally happens, right? So if you were in position 1, the absolute best, you would capture between probably 20 and 37% of the total volume to your website. So by being number 20, we can see we're capturing a much smaller percentage, so we're getting about 0.2 of 1 visitor. And so we're just really not coming out to 1. You might get like 1 off that every few months, but it's going to be a lot more far and few between. And if we scroll down, you can see all of these are ranked on page 2, 3, and these go back actually further. And you can see there's no real volume coming through. So what I want to do is I'm also going to go ahead and show you Premier. And we can look at theirs. They got their headers up here. They've got about 265 referring domains. And that's sending them back over 2,000 links to their site. The more referring domains pointing to their site, that's going to get their trust higher with Google, which is a 33. So therefore, they can be found for about 1,300 keywords. These keywords are what really bring in the visitors. And we can see right now that you've got about 626 visitors coming in to Premier Roofing every single month. So let's take a quick look at their keywords and just see what they're doing. All right, so the first one, I wouldn't recommend this because it's a national term. I like the ones that's a specific service and location, which is what you guys provide. So this is what I would call a buyer intent keyword, meaning someone who searches this wants this service done sooner than later. So we got Roofing, Columbia, South Carolina. 100 people do search it. That's what we use as our example. They're in the number 1 spot, so they're going to actually capture 27 of the 100. So they're getting 27% on that one. And then if we scroll down, here's their name, Premier Roofing, 150 search it every month. And they're number 1, so they're going to catch 20 of the 150. Here's a good one for new customers, roofing companies, Columbia, South Carolina. 100, they're number 2, so they're going to catch 15% of the 100. So it drops down to 15% for this specific keyword. And the more of these you capture, you can just see the traffic starts to come into the site and it really starts to add up. All right, so typically if you're capturing about 100 visitors to your site, that translates to about 20 to 30 actual calls to your number. And depending on what your closing percentages are, because every business is different, that's going to come out to probably 2 to 4 actual jobs per month on the conservative side. But now that you guys do have all the info I gave you today about content, citations, backlinks, it's up to you what you really want to do with it. If you guys are very happy with where you're at, not looking to grow the business or bring in more people right now, you don't have to do anything with it. If you have someone you use and you do want to grow, you can show them the video. It might help them out, give them a few tips. And if you guys either don't have anyone that you currently work with, or maybe your contract's about up or you're thinking about a change, I'm here to answer any questions for you. I can just schedule a quick 5-minute phone call. Thank you guys for your time. Have a great day.